end this message without saying to my compatriots in the Northwest and Southwest that, with their support in 2025, once I'm head of state, one of my first decisions will be to release all Anglophone political prisoners, to allow Anglophone exiles to return to the country, and to convene a genuine, inclusive national dialogue on the Anglophone question. All political issues relating to the resolution of this question, while respecting our respective cultural heritage, will be addressed without taboos, including our country establishment of federalism. This inclusive national dialogue will include all the parties involved in the unnecessary civil war that has ravaged these regions, including the various armed movements. I want to stop this dirty war that some people have imposed on our country for 8 years now. We can stop it. We must stop it together so that we can finally look forward to the reconstruction of the regions concerned and our country as a whole.
Professor Maurice Kamto called on Southern Cameroonians to support him during the upcoming presidential election, and when he will become the third president of Cameroon, the first thing he would do is to release all Anglophone political prisoners and also allow Anglophones who are on exile abroad to return back home so that they can sit on a table for a genuine, inclusive national dialogue to end the crisis in Southern Cameroon. And he also said their main priority, his government main priority, if it wins the upcoming presidential election, will be to co-host the 2038 FIFA World Cup. And that is the whole issue that we are going to be talking about today on TFA Talking Point. If this is your first time joining TFA Talking Point, please subscribe to our channel. Maurice Kamto declared during his end-of-year speech that he will be running for the upcoming presidential election, this 2025. And the first question we are asking is whether they have changed the electoral code. Because Maurice Kamto came up that if they don't change the electoral code, his party will not participate in anything. He refused his militant not to run for a municipal, local, and a parliamentary election, even senatorial election, that the electoral code is not correct until they will change it. But when it comes to presidential election, he is running for with the same corrupt electoral code. And that is where I am having problem with Professor Maurice Kamto. Secondly, since the Anglophone crisis started, it is 8 years today, Maurice Kamto have never one day even visited Buea or Bamenda to see for himself what the people he is fighting, that he want to govern and form a federal government with a copy or what they are passing through. He has never proposed and tabled a concrete solution toward that problem. It is only that when I will take over power, we are going to seek and dialogue. And then we don't know which kind of dialogue. Will he be different from President Paul Biya, or with his own dialogue different from the major national dialogue? That is the question we are asking. Secondly, we observed that Maurice Kamto cannot solve the Anglophone crisis because when he visited America, United States of America, Southern Cameroonians, particularly Ambazonia, came to, when he was moving around that he is president-elect, they came to meet with him because he promised that he would meet with them. So that may be let them air out their grievances. And some came holding the Ambazonia flag and wearing Ambazonia uniforms. He told them that he cannot sit with them. If they want to see him, they should put away Ambazonia flag and Ambazonia uniform. And comes our Cameroonians. And they were very angry. So when he will take over power, will he change? That is the question we are asking. So, because I don't see any difference between Maurice Kamto and President Paul Biya. No one different. No one different. There is no different. He talked about when he will win over, they have to sit and talk and end this political issue that have been disturbing these people for all this year. But as a political leader in which you have militants in those regions, he has never visited them to talk with them, to understand the problem. I call all the opposition parties in Cameroon, especially the main opposition party, the Social Democratic from Maurice Kamto's party, that is the Cameroon Resistance Movement, and many others, that they should present a concrete solution on how they are going to handle the Anglophone crisis if they take over power. There is no one. They talk about dialogue. President Pobia also is talking about dialogue. But he is not dialoguing with anybody, because I told them that if you want to present something that can convince the Ambazonia, show them the way to go. Start convincing and talking with them now. They are not doing anything. He said one of the priorities is to host a FIFA World Cup in 2035. I keep on saying that Cameroon is not at the level of hosting entertainment. You entertain people when you have. You cannot be struggling. You do not have the necessity. Then you keep on entertaining. If you look Cameroon today, the highest place where Cameroon is mismanaging the taxpayer money is in the football. They construct studio, they pay player high, and many other things in which that thing is not benefiting anybody. All the studio that was constructed in Cameroon for the African Cup nation that passed 2023. What are they benefiting Cameroonians? Cameroonians are passing through a lot, but the government is owing a lot because of this issue of football. If you are coming as a president in a less developed country and your first priority is to host a FIFA World Cup, then I question who you really are, whether you have a vision. I was expecting him that maybe he might copy an example from Akeremona to present a concrete and a written vision for his government, but he has no one. He has no one. All that he is thinking of, because every year Maurice Kamto is coming up with a new thing. This year he will say, when I will take over power, I'm going to do this. The next year, when he's coming to give another speech, he is listing but different thing, different from what he mentioned. If you have a concrete, you stand on this thing, and every year you will be emphasizing and even distributing your pamphlet and your vision to people so that they can read and be evaluating you if you take over power. But every year you come up with this. The next year you come up with this on the same issue with different strategy, meaning you'll be confused when you will take over power. So I do not really see into him becoming the president of Cameroon and liberating Cameroon from anything. He talked about federation, but many people ask him in many occasions to explain the kind of federation. He refused to open up the kind of federation they believe in. But he is talking about federation. It might be the 10-state federation or the 5-state federation that they are talking about. I don't know. But that can never work, because I told you people that there is no way you can harmonize these two people. There is no way. The only best way is 2-state federation or separation. These are the only two ways to govern these two people.